forward now, I just think being at training camp, that doesn't satisfy as being a general manager. If I'm John Lynch, I'm thinking like, all off season, he's been complaining, he's been talking here and there. It could definitely be a distraction.
Do you think you were a distraction?
I mean, receivers alone, I think we have the stigma of being a distraction. But, I played at a high level. So for me, I knew what I was capable of doing. And any team I ever played on, whatever I'm asking, I'm going to go out there and prove why I'm asking for that.
Now, here's the other problem, though.
I will say this, though, because in 2012, he sat out, right? And he had a little issue in training camp. But the funny thing is, you asked him, was he a distraction, right? But I don't think he was.
Did he think he was a distraction?
But the thing is, I want to answer it for him because as a player on his team, we like coach, GM.
Yeah, get that done.
He deserved that money, though, right?
Sure.
And if the players on the team know that, and some players are like, okay, he asking for too much and he just okay. He don't deserve all that.
Right.
But a player like Deshaun at a high level was like, yo, he deserved that money. So why not give it to him?
That's why I don't think that Aiyuk is a distraction, because he led the team in targets, he led the team in catches, he led the team in receiving yards, he was third on the team in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just from a volume perspective, they have to know what his value is. Now, Deshaun's right. Like, they don't have...
It's deeper than that.
They don't have enough money to go around. Like, that. This is what happens when you play at a high level.
Can you replace Brandon Aiyuk? Because we couldn't replace Deshaun Jackson.
I feel like you can replace him, but when I say a distraction, I'm specifically talking about all the gimmicks. You unfollow the team. You're in the media saying little things here and there. You're quoting things. So I'm thinking to come into training camp just because I'm there, that doesn't mean I'm happy.
Right.
So from that point of view,
yeah.
that can be a distraction because obviously I know I'm a guy. Can you replace him? Possibly. Kyle Shanahan, we talked about Pierre Garçon. He was a guy that was in that era of, you didn't really know about him, but you know about him because he's productive and he's going in there, he's making the catches, making the tough physical catches. And I think that's BA.
The thing with Aiyuk for me, though, is like it will be a distraction because now everybody got to talk about it. Yeah. Fred Warner was talking about it earlier today. They just now started training camp. Now, Fred said, look, it's good because you got so many dogs on this team, everybody needs their money.
Exactly.
And that's the 49ers. You got McCaffrey, he need his bread. You got Bosa, he need his bread. Kittle need his bread. Aiyuk need
so
his
much
bread.
money to go around.
True,
Right.
but here's the thing, though. Here's the dilemma, Jack. If you're Aiyuk, only so much money that can go around.
Right.
But I led the team in yards. So much money can go around. But I led the team in targets. So much money that can go around. But I led the team in catches. Right. So if everybody getting their paper, it better start with me because I'm the one that led the team in all those categories. But then to your point, I believe Aiyuk is a dog. He should be a $30 million receiver. Yeah. But I believe that Kyle Shanahan can replace him. That's the dilemma.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can you replace him if you're Kyle Shanahan? He probably thinks he can. And for two, do you think he's deserving of that there?
No. And that is the conversation nobody's having. Aiyuk is not deserving of $30 million in San Fran. He's deserving of $30 million somewhere.
Let me ask you this.
But Cal can replace in my opinion, right?
Even
Christian McCaffrey, though, as good as he is, he can replace him. Right. Now,
that's tough.
Now, hold on. Let me say what I'm about to say. I feel like if he get a running back in there, the way he schemes and runs up, they're going to have a good year. Right. Now, they won't be Christian McCaffrey type of year.
Of course not.
But it's serviceable to win.
Production.
Let me ask Acho this, though. Is BA that receiver on another team? Is he a number one receiver on another team or in that philosophy?
Now we cooking. We cooking.
Because we're going to cook it. Yeah, we're going to cook up sorbet right now. in another system, is he that guy?
So personally, I think BA is a 1,300-yard receiver. He'll have to work a lot harder for it. And that's the difference, right? Like Brandon Aiyuk in the Bay is a 1,300-yard receiver with like 107 catches.
Okay.
I think he'd be a 1,300-yard receiver, but it's going to have to be like 130 catches. Jack, you sit in the seat of James Jones.
Yeah.
James Jones left the Packers, where he had led the league in receiving touchdowns, I think in 2012, went to the Raiders.
Right.
In the Raiders, he got busy, but it took a whole lot more work. You know what it is.
Yeah.
I told Shady, not all 1,000-yard seasons are created equal.
Where he goes?
Quarterback.
Can we put him in Philadelphia? Is he that same receiver in Philadelphia? Take out A.J. Brown.
Now, see, I'm about to use him for example. You can put A.J. Brown anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Give him Jalen Hurts or give him Ryan Tannehill. He going to get busy.
Put him with Dak.
He going to get, but hold on. I want to say this, though. I think Brandon Aiyuk is really, really good, right? Because I like his game, though.
Right.
I was telling him, or you was arguing about it. If they need the passing down, I'm going to him because I know I can count on him.
Over Debo, huh? It's crazy.
I mean, not depends because Debo is really
no
good.
No respect to
right.
Debo.
Anyway, I will say this, though. I don't think he's that receiver, though, right? That I could place him anywhere and he's going to get crazy busy. That's just my opinion.
Any team you saying or anywhere on the field?
Anywhere, any team.
Here's my dilemma, though. Here's my dilemma with all this is if you're Aiyuk, You get busy as the third or fourth option. Because here's what we know, family.
There you go.
McCaffrey gets force-fed.
Yep.
So much so that the Niners kept McCaffrey in the game of a blowout because they were trying to break the consecutive touchdown record. So McCaffrey gets force-fed. Debo, he gets force-fed.
Kittle.
They put Debo in at kick returner just to make sure he get his touches.
Running back.
Philadelphia Eagles game. You throw him now screens because Debo got to get force-fed.
You're right.
Kittle, you'll scheme for him. Tight end fall down, Gronk route. Now you'll scheme for Kittle. Aiyuk does not get schemed for.
That's right.
They throw him out there at the number one and they say, go win.
Yeah.
And he wins. He don't complain, Joy. He don't complain, Jack. He don't complain,
He a
Shady.
baller.
They just throw him out there and say, win. CeeDee Lamb, he gets schemed for. Now he has 1,700 yards, so whatever they doing is working. But Aiyuk is one of the top receivers in football. He might be the only real number one receiver. Thank you, Jack. Finish that sentence. That doesn't get schemed for.
I like that analogy, though. That's a good analogy. Great point.
I told he's good at that.
Yeah.
But let's break it all the way down, though. So, wait, when your team is so much more talented than other teams on offense, do you need to get schemed? I'll give you an example. When I left Philadelphia and played with Buffalo, it was a lot harder. I got busy, but it was a lot harder.
Yeah.
But when I played with the Deshaun Jacksons, when I played with Jeremy Macklins, right, and Michael Vicks,
They can't stay
you
in
didn't
the
have
box.
to scheme for me, you know what I'm saying? Because the quarterbacks and secondary, they're going to be deeper, right? The safety's going to be deep. So now my box was easier. So when you saying that, yeah, you are right to a certain extent, but why I got a game plan and scheme up for you when I got all these other weapons I got to watch after for?
That's true.
I love it.
But if that's the case, then, Joy, my thought process is, if you're Aiyuk, you're saying, if I got force-fed, I would get crazy numbers. And if you're the Niners, you're saying, we can replace you.
I could build me in that day.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, not all relationship breakups are a bad thing.
Right.
You feel me? Like, Aiyuk, you can do. What happened? 2-5?
I'm saying she leaves me. We ain't she leaves me. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be happy. We ain't gonna be texting all that
for you though.
You know,
Look at you now.
Happy birthday? I ain't know happy birthday.
you now.
I might say, hey, game my drink. No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm just joking, Joe. I'm just joking.
Take it
I'm not an
easy.
Indian giver.
Take it easy.
What's the Niners' goal, though?
Super Bowl.
I mean, they ain't win that with him.
Losing the Super Bowl, win, because, I mean, we just lost.
Is not having Aiyuk getting you closer to a Super Bowl? Is he their number one receiver?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's having one.
Absolutely.
Are you
Hold on.
winning
Don't disrespect Debo like that, though, because, I'm here for Debo, too. I think Debo, you just can't put him down like that. I mean,
We like Debo.
I mean, you got two guys that's almost like,
Don't do that, Jack.
Yo, my man,
Don't do that, Jack. Don't do that, Jack.
So,
my man, 105 targets. Let the team.
okay, just because the targets, but production, you act like Debo's still not getting the production.
No, Debo is an incredible player. Fine. If
He's a gadget guy, I mean, but it's still, you just can't diss my boy Debo.
Are you
like,
going to be able to replace the production, I'm saying, of Aiyuk?
So you got to say, I mean, you got to say the same thing about Debo if we're going to.
But they're not replacing Debo. If you're
I feel like they
replacing
can.
Aiyuk,
They can.
This year.
I mean, then they draft the boy in the first round.
He gotta
right?
hand me. He gotta hand me.
I mean, that's
PUP.
not long term. PUP, what's that? The first 4 games? I mean, it's going to be tough. If they want to get to where they want to get to, obviously that's the Super Bowl. You can't replace him right now, but I think in the future you can. So the near future, possibly. I mean, if we don't get this done with Aiyuk, I mean, we got to figure out something.
everybody can't get paid. Like that's the casualty of teams that are successful year in and year out and putting up big numbers and playing in offenses with great offensive coaches. You can't pay everybody, but you do have to prioritize, especially guys that are volume and production.
How many touchdowns Debo had last year? 12 in 15 games?
Debo, I think, Debo did how many you have?
12? 12
of them things.
12 of them? I mean,
No, we can't. I'm not. Listen.
what BA get?
I love Debo, right? But
we heat it up.
We can't ignore what
Here's
BA did.
Jack,
He was all pro.
He's all pro though, bro. We can't argue that. He's nice. BA is the number one receiver on the team. Say my words. This is what the stats say.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna get a little more out of Debo. I'm gonna put him at running back. I'm gonna put him at punt return, kick return.
You get more in the training room out of him too, though, Jack. Huh? You get more in the training room out of him too. Remember, Green Bay Packers. It's 3rd and 7. Gotta have it. Who's on the sideline? Debo on the sideline.
I mean, his shoulder dinged up a little bit.
And who they go to? Slam ball. Aiyuk. Win the
Yeah.
game. Super Bowl. Who got hurt? Not Aiyuk. Debo. And Debo still had 10 targets. He didn't do enough with him. You give Aiyuk them 10 targets, he might do something different. Debo a dog.
I mean,
cut this out, because Debo be watching. Debo is a dog. Let's not get it twisted. But even Debo would say Aiyuk's the number 1 receiver.
And you can have them both too. But see, this thing, I don't want to make it. Is it BA or is it Debo? Because you can have them both.
I mean, the type of coaches we talking about. I mean, Shanahan is that guy. I think Andy Reid is one of those guys just like that. So I mean, if we're gonna look at Kansas City, what did they do without my boy Tyreek?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's hard, and I'm not comparing them.